Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now, OPPO Malaysia just launched a brand new Reno series, that is the Reno 10 series, and it does come in 3 different flavors. We do have the Reno 10, the 10 Pro, and the 10 Pro Plus. Now, what we're going to be focusing on here today is actually the 10 Pro, but I do have the 10 Pro Plus with me, which is actually sitting right here. I'm currently still testing this device out, so the full video will come in a couple of days to come. But like I said, we are going to be checking out the middle child, and I do happen to have 2 different colors here with me, so it's pretty nice. We have the purple as well as the silvery gray. Now, if you recall, the last Reno series to land here in Malaysia was the Reno 8, and that was exactly about a year ago. So the 9 did not come here, it was only available in China, but the 10 is finally here. So with that said, let's head over to the desk, get a bit up close and personal to these devices, and find out what kind of features does it have and who is it really targeted at. Let's head over to the desk right away. Alright guys, so now that we're at the desk, let's first take a look at what actually came in the box. Now, I'm not going to do a full unboxing because that's going to take up a bit of time, but I've already unboxed this guy, and basically what you do get in the box is actually the phones themselves. You do get a very nice 80-watt Super VOOC charger. You get a Type-C cable, just like always, and of course, you also do get a pretty decent case in the box. Now, this gray one is actually together with this silvery gray model. I'm not sure if the purple one comes with a transparent case because I do not have the box for that, but yeah, this is basically what came in the box. Pretty straightforward. Right, now let's go take a look at the phones themselves because they do look very beautiful, guys. Now, the first thing I noticed about these phones is that, my god, I mean, OPPO really knows how to make their phones, and it has such a great feeling to it. It just feels very premium and, like a flagship device actually. But take a look at that, guys. It's a super slim device. The camera module barely even sticks out at the back, and I think it is made really, really well. Now, other than that, you will notice that at the back we do have a triple camera setup, which we will talk a bit more later. And on the right here is completely empty, no buttons whatsoever. On the right, you do have your volume rocker together with that lock screen button, and of course at the bottom you have the Type-C port, a single firing speaker, the SIM card tray, and no headphone jack to be seen wherever. So that's basically it, guys. This is the purple version. Notice that it is a glossy kind of panel here, which again I think looks a little bit nicer than the matte kind of surface. And for the silvery gray, this is actually a matte surface, so if you are a guy and you're not too much into the purple colorway, you can also check out the gray version because again, it does look very nice here. Take a look at it closer, guys. This kind of matte materials does not even have any sort of like texture at the back. It's just a very smooth kind of matte. Let me just try and rub that so you can try and hear it, how it sounds. Yeah, it's just a very smooth material, and again, just like I said before, the camera module sticks out just that very, very little bit. And overall, a very beautiful slim device that is under 190 grams. I think it's 185 grams if I'm not mistaken. So this is it in terms of the design, guys. Now let's move a little bit on and talk a bit about what we have on the front. Alright, so I'm just going to unlock this real quick. Now at the front here, we do have a pretty nice display as well. This is actually a 6.7-inch display, which is actually a very nice size. It's a curved kind of display on the side here, and of course this is running on an OLED display. That means it's very good colors, you have great contrast levels, and 120 Hz means that everything is just going to be very, very smooth. Now other than that, you might notice that we do have very slim bezels going all around the phone itself, and again, let me just show it to you guys. It's a very beautiful display. In terms of the resolution, I also noticed something here, and that is this resolution is actually very, very high. It has the same kind of pixel amount as the Pro Plus, but it's on a slightly smaller display, so it's more compact, and this will result in a higher pixel per inch. I think it's about 460 ppi, so a very, very sharp, high resolution that you can get on the front of the Reno 10 Pro. Alright, so what else do we have here, guys? Well, if we just go into the settings here real quick, and we go into the About device, this is where you can see all the specifications. Now, the phone itself is running on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G processor. This processor has already been proven to be a pretty good processor, although it is a bit dated by now, but in terms of performance, you should still be able to get some pretty good performance coming from this device. Now, other than that, it also comes with 12 GB of RAM, which you can also expand by an additional 12 GB if you have that much storage that you are not using, just to give it a bit more smoothness when you are operating the device. Alright, now moving on to the camera side of things, like I did mention just now, we have a triple camera setup, and this is actually being led by a 15 megapixel main sensor that also comes with OIS. You have an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and last but not least, you have a 32 megapixel telephoto lens that is able to do 2x optical zoom. Now, just listening to this alone, you will find that that there is no useless 2 megapixel kind of depth sensor or macro lens. No such useless lens on the Reno 10 Pro, and I think that's actually a great thing to know. Alright, so moving on, just in terms of the batteries guys, we do have that 4600 mAh battery in here, again in a very slim profile, and with that 80-watt SuperVOOC charger, you should be able to charge up the device fairly quickly. Alright guys, so there you have it, a very quick look at the OPPO Reno 10 Pro 5G. Again, I think this device here is really targeted at someone, those of you out there who really appreciates a great design, awesome build quality, and you just want to have that premium flagship feeling without having to pay such a high price. Obviously, I do not have the pricing information as of today, but eventually it will be released, and I'll leave a link down below in case you want to find out more about that. In terms of what I think should be improved here, definitely I hope and wish that it came with a dual stereo speakers, but that's actually only reserved for the Pro Plus model as well as the lower end Reno 10. So the middle child doesn't get the stereo speakers, and of course if it came with a headphone jack, that would have been even better. But nevertheless, still a pretty strong effort from OPPO with their latest Reno 10 Pro. Alright guys, there you have it for today's video, just a very quick look. Again, if you have any further questions or if there is anything that you want me to test out for you, feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel just to support, and of course I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye bye.